We're live. All right, let me go ahead and just check to make sure that it is live elsewhere. I'll just give you guys a couple minutes to come in while I do some. All right, so we are live on YouTube. We should be live on Facebook as well. All right, let me turn everything off. I see some people coming in. Welcome back to day 2 of the Sip, Paint, and Chat. If you were here yesterday, you saw me work through to this, and then today what we're going to do is just basically try to finish it off. I did run into a little issue last night when I was looking for some all of the paints that I was going to need for today, because I mentioned yesterday black and white are those are the 2 colors that are really going to help this painting to pop, right? So I couldn't find my huge container of black paint. Big container. We just moved. I saw it somewhere, thought I put it away, and I probably did put it in a spot where I don't remember where it is. But I did find another tube, and I'm hoping that I do have enough left in that tube to finish out the painting today. So what I'm also going to do today is experiment with a few inks. And these are water-based inks. There are inks that you can actually write with. You dip a feather pen inside and you can write with them. So I'm going to experiment a little bit with some of the inks today. I have three different colors. So I'll work with that just in just some small areas. And hopefully we'll be able to finish this up by the end of probably in about an hour or just a little bit more, right? So a little bit of housekeeping before we go. If you're watching from YouTube, I do have Super Chat enabled so that if you're so inclined, you can support my YouTube channel. I know that I have quite a few supporters on there already, and I appreciate you for that. So if you're watching from YouTube, feel free to go ahead and comment in the live chat, because I will see the comments here. If you're watching from Facebook, make sure you give Facebook permission to show your comments, and you simply go to streamyard.com/Facebook, and that link is already in the comments. So just click on that link, give Facebook permission to show your comments, and I'll be able to see them here. Again, if I'm painting and I tend to get into the zone sometimes, I do have an administrator behind the scenes to kind of give me a nudge periodically. And if I'm not paying attention, you'll probably hear the voice behind the screen. Okay, so don't be surprised if you hear someone kind of giving me a shout to fix something or do something. All right, so I do have some paints prepared. So rather than, oh, one more thing, at the end of this live stream at 2 o'clock on my personal Facebook profile, I'll be going live with a spiritual life coach named Carla Luster, who will talk all about unleashing your unique genius. She's an amazing life coach, so please join me there. It will be, even though it's on my personal Facebook profile, it will be public, so anyone can come in and watch, and that is at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please join me there, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as my co-host, LaRon Barber, and myself will talk with Carla Luster all about unleashing your unique genius on Black Digital Media. All right, that's another platform that I also do live streams on. So I'll also mention it at the end just in case you forget. All right, so that's on my personal Facebook profile, and just look me up. My name is right there, Gina Wellshouse. You'll be able to find me. All right, so cut the chit chat and let's get to painting. All right, I do have some, I think I'm going to start here and just gradually work my way down. I'm going to be adding in a lot of detail work today. It may or may not take more than an hour, but I'll kind of let you know what I'm doing as well. Okay, so I'm going to develop the sky here just a little bit more and just gradually work down. You'll see that I will probably end up covering up a lot of what I have here because yesterday I mentioned that this is foundation work. So some of this may end up getting covered and some will be left. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start developing the sky. So let me grab my paint, which I had prepared earlier. Let me grab this one out of the, what I do, let me show you what I do, is I just get the palette, I fill the palette, and then I just slide it into a Ziploc bag, and it keeps the paints from drying out. So if you're an artist, I'm sure you have your own ways of preserving your paints, but that's just mine. So let me go ahead and grab this real quickly. And get a brush. I'm going to be working with this one I've had for about 15 years. I mentioned yesterday. It's a really, really nice brush. The bristles are still in really good condition. You just wet it just a little bit. All right, so I'm going to start working from over here. This section here is like a nice pink or fuchsia with blue, and then it's against the green. So we don't want blue against green because those are what I call they're in the same family. They're both cool colors, so I like to have warm against cool. So in here, I'm going to be adding a little bit of yellow and a little bit of white and kind of bringing it down into this section here as well. Some of it will stay, some of it will get covered. Let me set this down here. And as I add the detailing, you'll see how it just kind of brightens up the painting a little bit. It'll start to really stand out. Grab some water. Grab a smaller brush. All right, I'm going to continue on the other side, keeping that blue right over here. Let me grab, oh, I had some. I thought I had the blue prepared, but I didn't. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab some from in here. Notice I didn't really clean my brush. I'm just gonna just work with what I have on here. Let's see if there's any comments. I'm gonna go ahead and switch my brush and grab another one. I'm going to come back to that section in a little bit. Let that just dry for a minute and start working on some areas with this red. Oh, that brush is not. Oh, let me change that brush. The brush was kind of hard, so let me switch it. Let me wash this out. Do some detail. Let me bring another palette. This particular part tends to take a little while because I'm adding detail work in. So it takes a little bit longer than adding the foundation. It's kind of like building a house. The foundation doesn't, I mean, it does take a while, but when you're adding everything else on top, that also tends to take a little bit longer too. Let me go ahead and I'm going to build up the trees just a little bit. And I created quite a mess with my paint. Let me just smooth that. think I'm going to start cutting in some black just to get some definition. So let me grab the black real quickly. And that will show you just how that's going to help it to the different areas to really pop off the screen or off the painting. Let me grab, like I said yesterday, I couldn't find my black paint, but I did find a container that I had a little bit left in. So I went ahead and cut that. So I'm going to work with that today. So I may not necessarily be able to finish everything with all of the detail I want, but I'll be able to at least get really close. I'm going to start adding in some of the black to really allow some of the detail to start to show. Just to give some definition in the trees here. I'm not sure if you can see just how the big difference that black makes right in there. So you can now see the trees a lot clearer. You can see the definition within them. So that's why I used the black to kind of bring out a lot of the detail work. Just work on these trees a little bit more. Hi, Carol. It's good to see you. Thank you. Again, right in here, I'm hoping you can see. I'm adding in a bunch of yellow because we had the green against some brown. So I really want this section to pop so that the trees stand out. So that's why I'm adding a lighter color behind the trees. So it allows the trees to pop. And same thing with this tree here. I'll add some lighter colors on that palm tree in a little while. Just kind of simulating a dirt road or a dirt path leading up to the little cabin. I kind of like how that looks. Sometimes I come here and I kind of surprise myself. Let me sit there. A lot of the times I have an idea of what I want it to look like, and then I start to play with colors, and it turns out to be totally different than what I had in mind. Let me just add a little bit of orange right in there. Yeah. Right now I'm just playing. That's part of the fun of painting is you just play with colors and see how they look. Kind of break up right in there. Kind of hoping this is coming across really well because I really love how it's looking. Really love how it's turning out. Just adding in some light, like this is kind of off beige, to allow some areas to stand out in here. So you always want contrast between light and dark. I'm going to add another little tree right back there. Let me grab the black again and add in some more detail. Feel free to post questions or comments, because sometimes I get, like I said, in the zone, and with this part, especially when I'm doing detail work, I tend to get really focused. I hope you're enjoying just watching along. And I did mention yesterday, if you were here, that in the near future, I'd love to do a paint along, and I will share with you what that particular painting will be, so you'll have plenty of time to get your stuff together. All right, let that section dry just a little bit. I'm going to work on adding in some white to let different areas really pop out. Again, with the contrast, with the black and white. So let me add a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, let me add in a little bit of white. Let me put this in some water. That doesn't dry. I'm going to get this fence to really stand out here by adding in a little bit of white on top. This isn't white, this is just like off beige, but just to get it to stand out for the time being. Because I'm going to do some more work on there as well. But you'll see just by adding in this lighter color how that fence really stands off the page now. There's a coconut palm branch in front of a section right there, so that's obviously not going to be seen. So I'll just leave that. And then, of course, it continues over to here. I'm going to brighten up the sky just a little bit. Add in a little bit of fuchsia, a little bit of lavender. Set that down. think it's coming along. Not too much more to do. I do want to work on the roof a little bit, and I want to work on the sky just a little bit more. Good. Go ahead and develop the palm tree a little bit more. Hmm. Like I said, I tend to get a little quiet whenever I'm really in the zone. I think we're almost there. What I may end up doing is just doing a little bit of really detailed stuff overnight, and then I can come back tomorrow and share the final reveal, I guess. I am like my biggest critic, so I never really know when exactly to stop, but I've gotten better. So down here, I need to develop just a little bit more. I think up here looks really good. I'm gonna add in a little bit of fuchsia right in here. So we can let that come out just a little bit more. Let that section just pop just a little bit. And then I'll add a little bit of flowers like in here. Let me grab a small brush. So I'll take this red and just kind of maybe a little bit of orange and just give like the impression of flowers along that area. And I'm just dabbing the paint on right here. Then I'll get some yellow. Actually, let's do some orange. And just dab on. And I'll continue over. Add a little bit of green. Kind of break up that warm color. To give the impression that there's some flowers in front of that fence right there. And then I add a little bit more white to really allow all of that to pop. Let me bring out the coconuts just a little bit more. They'll stand out just a little bit more. And get some brown. Yep. I'm going to work on the roof just a little bit. So I really want that roof to pop off the screen, off the painting. This red is cadmium red. I really love this because it stands out really, really well. Just want to add like a punch of red. This is the color you want to go for. Add a little bit of water to kind of water that down. Kind of hoping that looks pretty good, doesn't it? I think we're going to stop there for today. I'm going to let this dry. Can really see the difference in the white and the black now. Everything is just really popping. So I'm going to let this dry. What time is it? It's perfect, 1 hour. Let this dry, and then what I'm going to do is I'll add in a little bit more detail once it's all dried overnight, and I will do the final kind of reveal tomorrow, just a few short minutes. All right. Or in the next, or I'll just take a picture and I'll post underneath. But this, I think, is where I'm going to stop. I need to add in, I think I'll add a little bit more like titanium white in here. Let me see if I have. Titanium white really, really allows this to stand out. Let me see. You see the difference? Just by adding in some titanium white on top of this. Yeah. Yeah, that titanium white really lets it stand out. We add a little bit to the windows. I love to work with the black and white because it creates such really nice contrast and allows all the other colors to really stand off the painting. So that palm tree is really standing out right there. And I think we got to stop now. I do have a little bit of work to do with these trees down here, but I really like how it looks. So I think I was gonna highlight those that triple palm tree back there just a little bit, but I think I like how it looks, just a shadowy effect in the background up on the hill. So I think I'm gonna leave that the way it is. And I really like how that little house turned out. Let me add just a little bit of pink on the roof. It needs a little bit of fuchsia right here. See how I just let it pop. See what I mean by the fact that I never know when to stop. Because I see, you know, when I'm working with a color, I say, oh, that would look good right there. A little bit too. Just a little bit among the trees over here. And with that, we're done. I think it's done. I'd love to hear your feedback. Just post some comments in the, you know, below in YouTube or Facebook, wherever you're watching from, and let me know what you think about this. I think I'm done. And usually it takes me a while to get to that place where I say it's finished. But I'd love to hear your feedback. I said I was going to come back tomorrow and just do like a quick reveal, but I think this is the reveal right here. I didn't think I'd actually be able to finish it today, but we did. But what I'm going to do next, and I have to let everything completely dry before I can do this part. I have a gold pen, and that is what I actually put my signature on with, is a gold pen. But sometimes I like to take the gold pen and kind of highlight the coconuts on the palm tree, maybe add a little bit of highlight to the palm fronds, a little bit into the windows, just not much, just a little bit of highlighting with gold. So I think I'm going to do that just behind the scenes. Let's see if I can, let me grab the gold pen. This is the gold pen I use to do my signature. So I'll do that once everything is completely dry. If I try to sign it now with this, then it's going to really mess up the gold pen, and I don't want to do that. But I also will add a little bit of to the coconuts in there. But I think we are finished. What I'm going to do is use the rest of this paint on another painting that I'm working on, so this doesn't get thrown out, right? So like I said, please leave me your feedback. I'd love to hear what you thought about this. I know I didn't really talk a whole lot today because whenever I'm doing detail work, it's kind of hard to do detail and chit chat at the same time. But I hope you enjoyed just watching along anyway. But I'd love to hear your feedback. Just simply post comments here or in YouTube, and I'll respond to those as quickly as I can. And I will put together a paint along with me event, and I'll give you plenty of time to collect your materials. It's not going to be anything that's going to cost you hundreds of dollars to, to get all of your materials. You can certainly go to Dollar Tree and get yourself a poster board or a piece of foam core and a couple brushes and a few paints. So don't go spending an arm and a leg just to do this. It's going to be fun. It's going to be free. My YouTube channel does have an area where you can support my channel if you so desire, but I will do a free paint along with me event if you're so inclined to join me there. I will give you plenty of time, and I'll make the painting simple enough that you can do it on your own. And the beauty of this is when you draw along with me, you're going to create something that is different from the other 500 people who are also painting along. So you're going to have something truly unique to you, which is nice that you're not having a pre-drawn, a pre-drawn painting. So it'll be simple enough that you can follow along with me and get it done. All right. And don't forget today, let me see if I can today at 2:00 on my personal profile, as well as on YouTube, on the Black Digital Media platform. Just join me. I will be talking with Carla Luster and my partner, Laurent Barber, about unleashing your unique genius. And that's at 2:00 in about 50 minutes. Yes, so I'm going to simply kind of switch gears here real quickly and get ready for that. So that's on my personal profile, which is Gina Wells House on Facebook. I'm also on YouTube. It'll be going to the Black Digital Media YouTube channel, so you can watch there as well. All right. Hi, Aunt Dina. Thank you so much for being here again today. So go ahead and join me there. Get ready. It'll be in about another 50 minutes. And again, please leave me your thoughts on this painting. It really isn't showing up. When I tell you that I'm my worst critic, I am my worst critic, but I really like how this turned out. I do. And we did it in what? Just over 2 hours, about an hour and 10 minutes yesterday, and again about an hour today. So to say that I am quite pleased with a painting I've done in about 2 hours, yes. Yes. My mentor would be happy that I've gotten this far. May his soul rest in peace. So yeah, go ahead and join me in about 50 minutes on my personal profile on Facebook, as well as the Black Digital Media platform on YouTube, Carla Luster, to unleash your unique genius, and stay tuned for all of the information on the paint along with me that I'm going to be, I'm going to give you plenty of time. So within the next 2 to 3 weeks, I will post the link for that, and I will also show you the painting that you'll be doing, as well as have a simple drawing that you can either copy in advance or you can copy right there with me. We can just do the paint along. Entirely up to you. You just give me some feedback on what you would prefer. All right. So I will see you all again real soon. If you enjoyed the paint along and would like for me to do more of these, please say so. I got some feedback yesterday that people who are watching really enjoyed it and would like for me to do more of this on my art page, because I've had the art page for a while, but really haven't interacted a lot with my viewers and the people who follow me there. So if you're intrigued by what I'm doing and you'd love for me to do more of it, please say that as well. All right. So thank you guys. I'm going to head and get ready for my next event, which is at 2, and then I have another one this evening at 6 o'clock as well. But thank you so much for joining me. This is going to be available for replay, so even if you missed the beginning, you can simply go back on Facebook or on YouTube and you can watch the replay. And I thank you so much for your support and for being here with me today as well. All right, thank you.